So a reporter runs into a monk on an airport and he asks him a question. What is the biggest problem on this earth? He's giving him an interview. And the monk says, excuse me, who are you? And then the reporter says, I'm a reporter. Then this guy says, monk says, no, who are you? Then the reporter says his name. The monk says, not no again. Who are you? Reporter says, I'm a human being. The monk says, no, who are you? And then the interviewer gives up. He says, I don't know who I am then. And then the monk says, you see, that right there is the biggest problem on this planet. Now, if you were to ask me, who are you? What is the answer to that? For me personally, the answer is what makes a person is their intentions plus their gifts combined. So if you have a bad intention, but you know your gifts, it's not going to turn out good, is it? But if you have pure intentions, but then you don't know your gifts, it's not going to turn out good either, right? So what you need is to have good intentions and to know your gifts. Know thyself. Know God. Know what God gifted to you. Once we find out what God has gifted us and we have pure intentions and we take action upon it, this is the divine formula for actual success. Not like you can know this. I didn't mention money anywhere. Like money is so, like money comes, you know. Money is not something we should force. Money is only important because we live in this world. But in the actual spiritual realm, money doesn't really matter. Money is just something that you get when you express yourself truly. And then, of course, you can get involved with this all the money ways, but this is a loophole. Money is just a loophole. What you actually need is to express yourself, express your thoughts. And how do you do that? Well, first and foremost, you have to find out who you are. And maybe you have to dig deep in the past and find out what you did. Maybe you did something as a kid and you just have to remember it and be like, oh my God, yeah, I was invested in this before. Maybe I would be interested in that now. Maybe it's a sport. Maybe it's you writing lyrics on the in the school, on some class, or you drawing something on the school, and you think that you did that because you were bored, but actually you were sitting in silence because teacher was talking, and it's almost like they weren't even talking because you weren't listening. And then you were doing something. Basically, you were in silence expressing yourself. So you could do this as well at home, but we're so distracted by everything. Oh, I need to clean my home, I need to watch this series, I'm gonna be on my phone, I need to do this, I need to do that, and then you forget who you are, you forget your true essence. Let's say you go on a party and this is your first time to go on a party and you want some advice, like how should you behave and stuff, how you feel awkward, you feel anxious, and you ask your parents, like you're young, let's say, to live with your parents still, like how should I behave in this party, how should I feel about going here? And the parent says, well, just be yourself. And this, you might heard this before, and then you're like confused, like, that's a good advice, but how do I be myself? Like, how is this of any help? So they gave you the answer they know. Now you have to find out the rest. Who you are is who you are, and you only know that. So as I said, you might need to dig deep in the past and find out what is it, but you have to dig deep within and to find out what is hidden. So it's almost like you're digging under the earth and you're searching for that, and you're digging, and then you find a diamond. Then you find something so valuable. This is the same like you digging deep within. But as I said, maybe you already found out about it before, but you just forgot about it because life happens, right? And you didn't perceive it as if it was something valuable. So if I can give you any advice from all this, be yourself.